Hey guys, so I figured you'd like this. They got Legos at the airport that you can buy. And they're not even that much more expensive. If you check out the prices, they're like kind of the same price as what they are at the Walmarts and stuff. Maybe a little bit more, but not too much. And if you need earbuds, you can get ripped off very easily here. Hundreds of dollars. And this is my plane that I was about to get on. Another side view of it. It's pretty big, pretty cool. They're putting all the luggage in the side of it there, so that's their job. We sit in the top half. You see where that guy's at? That's the bottom half. They like, if you slice it in half, that's how it is. And these are all the people that were getting on the plane. It's always like this. There's always a bunch of people. And so here we just left the gate and we're getting ready to go to the runway. Here we're cruising, getting ready for takeoff, and here we're taking off. Now this is pretty amazing. I had no idea that I could see Livingston and Cold Spring from Houston. That's what that is. That's what that is. If you look, I'll show you here on this map. You see all those lights? That's rush hour traffic at 6 a.m. going to Houston. All the way back to like freaking Livingston, man. And look at the map. You see that turn? That's that turn up there. That's Livingston. Way up there. Crazy, huh? I don't really exactly remember where this was. This was somewhere, I believe, yeah, okay, this was like Mississippi, Georgia. I was getting closer to landing at this point. I couldn't talk in the airplane, but I'm like voicing over it all now at the end of the day that I'm making the video for you guys. So much cool stuff you can see. It's like really far away on the map. Like, it's really surprising. When I look on the map, I think that's like right underneath me, but I'm not. This was, we were picking up speed, or no, we were getting close to landing. That's what happened. That's crocodile territory down there. I don't know what that was right there, but that's something cool. So yeah, we were about to, little did I know we were going to circle around, come at it from a different angle, but we're getting really close to ground level because we're already coming into Atlanta, Georgia here. So yeah, this is where we're turning. You see how the wing is tilted down? That's because we're turning. I always like to get a view of the outside like that with the camera because it's like so awesome. You guys will experience that one day. What is that? I don't know what that is, y'all. Weird. And see, we're turning again now. Now I want to show you these things that are on the end of the wings. That's what makes the plane turn. Those things, they go up and down. Maybe you guys can catch a glimpse of it one of these times. I don't think I got it in this video clip, but those things, they're like little flappers. They go up and they go down, and that's what makes the whole plane tilt. When one of them goes up, the one on the opposite wing goes down, and vice versa. If this one goes down, the one on the other side goes up by the same amount at the same time together. And that's why everything is so smooth. And see, at this point, we're getting closer to the ground because we're getting closer to landing. You know, as we get closer to the airport, like 50 miles away, 100 miles away, we got to start coming down out of 30,000 feet. We got to come down slowly. Otherwise, like, we'll get sick, you know, because it feels like we're falling. It already feels like you're falling when they start going down. It's a crazy feeling, man. Like, especially going my next flight when I went from Atlanta to Sarasota. Man, when they brought that one in, I think I got video of it. Man, that was tough. Everybody started clapping when we landed. That's how tough it was. Watch these things move. It's cool. Watch, see, they move. Look at that. They move so smoothly. And that's how we tilt. That's how the plane tilts left and right. And when it tilts left and right, that means that it turns. They're about to extend the flaps because we're getting close. And as we get close, we have to slow down. And since we slow down from 500 miles an hour, well, we've got to have more lift. And so they extend the flaps right there. See, he's extending the flaps. Those are the flaps. They extend the flaps, and it provides the plane with more lift. And now we're probably like around 1,500 feet. I'm not sure. Okay, there it is. This was actually off by 1,000 feet, and it wasn't really registering correctly. But we were pretty damn close to the ground. And so this is the video clip of the landing. Later on in the video, this is a screen recording, so that's how I was able to get that on the screen also. You can see the altitude of the plane, which it's off by like 1,000 feet. But I was doing the screen recording, so that's how I did that. Later on, and I have the speed also as a pop-up window, so you can see how fast we're going. It's pretty cool. I think that is downtown Atlanta, I think. And you can see the altitude right there, the 2,300, is just how fast it's going down. That makes your stomach feel funny. It really does, makes your stomach feel funny. The faster you go down, the more of a drop that you feel in your stomach. See, there's our current speed, 152. It's not really very fast enough, so that's why they have to extend the flaps. The flaps are out so we have more lift at a slower speed. We're about to land. See, the pilots, they've got to plan all this stuff like perfectly. They've got to anticipate where the runway's at, like way ahead of time. That way they're already low enough to the ground to where they're right there when they need to be. Being a pilot is a very cool job, I'm sure. I would love to be one. One of you guys should be a pilot. It's a special job. See how my altitude meter is off like by about 1,000 feet? Because see, now we're at, well, actually, maybe it's not off by 1,000 feet. Because that might be sea level. And so maybe Atlanta, Georgia is 1,000 feet above sea level. Could be. Could be. How high is Atlanta, Georgia above sea level? Oh my God, look at that, you guys. Man, that's crazy.
Seatbelt sign. Be careful when opening overhead bins to avoid injury from items that may have shifted on flight. Please ensure you have all of your personal belongings before deplaning. As we reach our gate, we invite you to use the flight Delta app for important baggage and connection information. For customers requesting a wheelchair on arrival, we will advise you upon reaching the gate when assistance is available to disembark the aircraft. You may receive an email asking you to share your feedback. We do value your feedback and use your responses to improve your future travel experiences. On behalf of this amazing New York City-based flight crew, thank you for helping us celebrate 100 years in flight, and we look forward to seeing you soon. We will be arriving into gate Bravo 20.
I got a little clip of a plane taking off. You see right there? Or I tried to. Didn't really work. So Atlanta Airport is pretty freaking huge, man. They've got like 6 different terminals. Terminals A through F. I think that's A right there. And we're going to be coming into B, which is the one to the right of it. See how we're turning into this area right there? So we're going to park over there on the right somewhere. I like these planes that have the engines in the back. I almost rode in one, but I was delayed, and then the flight got canceled because stupid American Airlines. American Airlines sucks. Don't ever fly American Airlines. They suck. Delta all the way. But you see these planes that have the engines on the back like that? They're little planes. I want to try it. I've only rode in the ones that have the engines like wing-mounted engines. Yeah. Those ones. Notice how the ends of the wings on this airplane that I'm riding in right now, it only has a little thing that goes up. It's like a little fin that goes up. The next plane that I have, it has a fin that goes up and a fin that goes down. Those got to be like for stability. They keep the plane from going like side to side maybe when you're going 575 miles an hour. I don't know. It's a bunch of people that ride on an airplane, man. And when you sit in the back, you gotta wait on everybody up ahead of you to get off the plane first. And that sucks. This is the plane that I'm gonna ride on from Atlanta to Sarasota. See how it's got The fin that goes up and the fin that goes down.
Sarasota.
I like that better.
It's my pleasure to work with you on this flight today.
See how the planes are lined up to take off.
On-time departure of 11:12 with the arrival time of 12:37 with a duration of 1 hour and 25 minutes. Happens with an on-time departure, we kindly ask you to please remain seated till your boarding zone is called. And if you're traveling with an infant today, they do not have their own separate boarding pass. Please come see me so I can assist you with adding your infant to your reservation. As a courtesy to others traveling and to get the most items on board, please place only your larger carry-on in the overhead bin with smaller items placed below the seats in front of you. As we prepare our board, federal regulations allow each customer one carry-on bag and one small personal item that will fit under the seat in front of you. To make your travel easier or overhead bins become full, we are happy to check your carry-on bag straight to your final destination. Before checking your bag, please remove any lithium battery powered devices. This includes spare lithium batteries, power banks, extra smart bags, and e-cigarettes. We also ask you to remove any items you may need, including keys, medication, identification, or any valuables. If you have a boarding pass that says seat request or seat assigned at gate, all seats have been assigned and you'll use that boarding pass to scan on boarding or seat assignment for this flight. We'll print right out for you if you're more than welcome to board in some port. Towards the end of the boarding process, the end of zone 6, 7, and 8, I will have to check around 20 bags, so in the meantime, before we start boarding, about 13 minutes.
That plane just got cleared for takeoff from the tower, so he's going for it. There he goes. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. He's all alone in time of need. And I don't get to see him rise up and take off, unfortunately. But there's one landing right there, and unfortunately I don't get to see his tires hit the ground. That sucks. But what are you gonna do? Maybe almost, huh? Now the next one's he's clear for takeoff. He's about to go. I don't know. I just find this stuff cool. They can't go until the tower clears them for takeoff. They gotta listen to everything the tower says. Like they're like the tower's bitch. Whatever the tower says, they gotta do it. If they start taking off and the tower says stop, they gotta stop. Look at this tiny little plane out there, all by himself. This poor little thing, tiny little plane. That's one of those ones with the engines on the back, you see? It's so cute. It's so tiny. And now here I am in line in my plane, just like I showed y'all those ones were. And we are turning to I don't think we're next. There's one in front of us. You just can't see him. Or you can right there. There he is. He's about to go. Or no, he's got to turn one more time. So we're like right now we're where that tiny little plane was just a minute ago. There's one landing. So the tower's got to make sure that none of these planes hit each other. That's their job. I think that one is about to go. You can tell because they start going fast. Oh, no, that's not the tiny plane. I thought that was a tiny plane. Of course it wouldn't be a tiny plane. This is like 30 minutes later. What the hell? That's ridiculous. Ridiculous assumption of mine. Hey, but that's a tiny plane, right? Oh, that one's not tiny. Ah, blurry. Fuzzy blurry. Those tiny little planes, though, man, they got more. They they can go pretty fast. They got a lot of power behind them because they're lighter, you know. We might get to see it lift off. I think we do on this one. There's liftoff. Yee, up he goes. And if you look carefully, you can see the other plane that went in front of him. He's up there a little higher in the sky. I think I got him. See him right up there? That's the other plane. And it's our turn to go. Oh, and by the way, this feels like spectacular. Feels like an awesome little race car, you know. But it doesn't stop. Like, you race in a race car and you take off, you gotta eventually let off the gas, otherwise you'll crash, you know. But in the plane, it just keeps going until you hit like 500 miles an hour. So I used a video that first looked like this, which was a screen recording, and I used picture-in-picture twice on top of crop and made it look like this. So it's simpler. So this is showing the current altitude up at the top left and the current speed. So as you can see, we are ascending up from ground level. So we are ascending and we are picking up speed. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you just keep going. Like, the acceleration is ongoing until you reach your ceiling height of 30,000 or 35,000. I think this one gets up to 35,000. So we're climbing and we're accelerating. Pretty cool. I like it. I don't know what really happened to the sound of my screen recording. So, you know, originally I selected screen recording, then I went to the camera, and then I hit my apps button, and then I selected pop-up for my altimeter app, and then pop-up for my speedometer app. And then those were sitting there like so. Okay, no, I take that back. I did split screen with the speedometer and the camera, and then I did pop-up of the altimeter over the speedometer, and I arranged it in such a way to where you could see the altitude and the speed, and you could have a view of the camera moving all at the same time, simultaneously. So now you can see we're up at 9,300 feet, still increasing our speed, slowly increasing the speed. But we are ascending pretty quickly, kind of, for a passenger airliner. at least. Or maybe not. Maybe they go faster. I don't know. I haven't rode too many planes lately. I just started. And for all I know, my altimeter isn't the most accurate. It is an app on a phone going through Delta Wi-Fi, which might not be the very best. But I think my speed's accurate. And so now here we are, maybe like 10, 15 minutes later, maybe 5 minutes, I don't know. You could look at the clock probably on the phone. There's 11:33. But now we're still ascending, coming up on 23,000, and now we're at 510 miles an hour. And we ascend pretty quickly. It all depends on what the tower or air traffic control tells them. They say, climb and maintain 30,000 with a heading of, I don't know, 175, because we're going south. We're probably going like 180, 175, 185, something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't have a compass and a degree angle on me. But we were doing something like that. Going up pretty quick. So here pretty soon, we're going to go over the Gulf of Mexico, just barely, because we're growing from ATL to Sarasota. So it's a nice little ride, you know. And I believe here we find the maximum speed that we were traveling. 554, 555, something like that. So pretty damn fast, you know. And now here I can barely start to see a glimpse and an edge of the Gulf of America. That's right, it's the Gulf of America, busters. And this is around the edge of the curvature of Florida, near the Panhandle, and where it starts to go south, we can see the coastline, the west coastline of Florida in the Gulf of America. That's right. Now, I had thought that we were starting to descend, but we're actually still up pretty damn high. I think pretty soon we have to start going down. Yeah, this pilot, man, it was a pretty quick drop. We had to fly into Sarasota, and man, he dropped that plane down quick. You could feel it, man, like in my stomach, like felt like I was falling. And so did like the other 150 people that were on the plane, because when we landed, everybody clapped. And so now this is pretty awesome. Very carefully look way out there. You can see that a line of clouds is out there. There's a line of clouds out there. It goes all the way across the horizon. All I can guess is that the line of clouds is above the Atlantic Ocean. And for some reason, probably a very common sense reason, clouds form above the ocean like that, and they don't form above land under certain conditions. I guess the conditions that were present this morning. And so all those clouds way over there, that's so cool. Now here we are, pretty low now, like I said, coming into Tampa Bay, just off the coast. If you look out here, man, the water's so pretty, isn't it? It's like a teal blue. But that is the bay, Tampa Bay. I believe that's what it's called, Tampa Bay. Look at that water, man. Look at how nice it is. It ain't like that in Galveston. Nope. Not at all. Galveston is fucking brown. That water's pretty. And check out the bridge. I had to get a quick video of the bridge before I stopped recording, because like I was kind of like feeling funny. But that's the Tampa Bridge, I guess. And those cool things right there. I'm going to drive over those, I think, or I'm going to try to when I'm coming back around Florida after I do these audits. On my way back down up from Gainesville. Try to come through there. But that is Sarasota, Bradenton, what you're looking at right there. And I don't have any more video until after I landed. And so check out the Lamborghini that they had at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. I bet you that thing is fast. Well, you guys, I'm here driving around in Florida. Sorry, I forgot to continue editing earlier after I flew in, but I'm gonna end it with this. This is a pretty nice vehicle. I'll make another video about it for you guys, but you guys would love it. I hope maybe one day. I wish I could have one of these like for my family. Like, this is a really cool car, man. You guys love it. But hey, I love y'all, and I'll see you later.